Story about Dave, my mom, current connections. So I'll take it back a little bit. I've been in credit unions in my whole life, all right? I've had some great mentors. I have been blessed. I have been a teller. I've been a loan officer. I've done a lot of different things. Big deal. Let me talk about Dave. Dave's the CEO of a credit union that I worked for a little while. Why a little while? You see, Dave, I knew Dave when he first sent me a card in the mail when I taught a JA class and it was recognized in a paper. And he clipped the article and he sent me congratulations on teaching JA. It means a lot. What did Dave just do there? He started the Equity Connection, didn't he? I didn't know Dave from Adam. I just knew he ran a big credit union in St. Joe. And I worked for a medium-sized credit union in Buchanan, Michigan. That was kind of cool. So I got to meet Dave throughout the years. What I found out, so raised Catholic, married in a Lutheran church, a little history there. So I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Have been my whole life. But haven't been an active believer. Dave changed something for me. So Dave showed me that in the business world, there is an opportunity to be an active believer. And when those two credit unions merged, that small, medium-sized one in Buchanan and that big one in St. Joe, I got to work for Dave because he was the CEO after the merger. And I got to meet his family, and I got to know him, and I got to see that leadership, that equity connection so many years ago. I got to see it in action every single day. Now, during this time, my mom was battling cancer. Okay, so there's a lot of transitioning. I have 4 kids. Thank God I have a wife to take care of them because they'd be terrors in the world right now. So we all have that, right? Life's busy. So I got to work for Dave. This was cool. The CEO I worked for was going to be the number 2 person. I was going to be a VP over member service because I like people. And God had other plans. Because 30 days after we announced the merger in 2006, I got a call from my CEO, who is now the number 2, saying that Dave died last night. Now, some of you are like, how old was Dave? Dave was 50. And that set you back. Wow. Equity connection that's just gone. Something I was looking forward to. What's going on here? My mom's battling cancer. He passes away, but in the end, and then I go to his funeral. I'm standing at his funeral, and I knew Dave, but I didn't barbecue with Dave. I didn't go to Dave's events. But he had made that connection. I never forgot that thank you card. And I'm standing there at a funeral, all of a sudden, it's like his kids are singing at his funeral, and I'm like, okay, why? This is not. What's happening here? Because it's... Well, what I realized is that where I was in my life, Dave was a connection to something bigger. My mom passed away 3 years later. And I realized at that point in time that there's an equity connection in our lives. Every other equity connection I talked about today is a two-way street. There's an equity connection that it's one way and it's always there. And it doesn't matter what you show up with, and there's no judgment. It's always there. And there's times in our life when we forget about it. I tell all of my team members I have 3 priorities in life, and number 4 is my job right now because I love it. God, family, country. Now that can be overused. But if I don't keep those priorities straight, it gets scary. It gets gnarly. People don't like me. I don't like myself. So that equity connection that is built between me going through those points when God kind of maybe just tapped you on the shoulder a little and said, that connection is there. I'm here all the time. The only thing I want you to bring to me is yourself. So equity connections, while I coined the term a long time ago, not until I got further along in life and did I have these experiences that I got to see that was really just God's plan. That this connection with people, those connections were built for an opportunity for me to get closer and to become more active I'm not saying you have to do anything other than talk.